Welcome, one and all, to another Pacific 4 and 4 movie review. I'm your host, Mike, and in this episode, I'm reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, first things first, turn off your brain, don't think, grab a box of popcorn, a bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and have some fun watching two kaiju going at it. Because when parts of this movie have Godzilla and Kong going at it, it's a great movie. As far as the human characters, forget about them. But when it comes to Godzilla versus Kong, it's great. And I don't mean to make it sound like the humans have taken over this movie, because they haven't. And that's what I was looking for, a movie that would feature both Godzilla and Kong, but not, have the humans hog all the spotlight. Yeah, they're there, and there's some real stupid things that do go on in the movie with the humans. But, what do you expect? There's this corporate CEO who has a plan to basically wipe Godzilla out, and of course, that's where Mecha Godzilla comes in. But all in all, I really enjoyed the fact that with this movie, you can just sit back, relax, have fun watching it, and, you know, just take in the scenes where we have, you know, Khan by himself, we have Godzilla by himself, scenes where it's Khan and Godzilla going at it, and of course, the very end of the movie. And yes, this is going to contain some mild spoilers, but at the very end of the movie, when you have Godzilla, Khan versus Mecha Godzilla, and you have references to other monsters, some that have been defeated, others that are held in this arena to be used as test subjects against Mechagodzilla. You have conspiracy theorists who are running their own podcast. You have a doctor who is working for this, devious corporation, the same corporation that the CEO runs. His daughter's involved in the CEO, and then this, doctor's daughter is also involved in the storyline. And of course, you have her friend that tags along, who honestly is wasted. Pretty much, in my opinion, all the human characters were a waste in this movie. They didn't really add too much to the story. Yeah, there may be a couple of characters who, added to the story, and I'm talking about the one character, Gia, the little girl who was deaf and uses sign language to communicate with Khan. And then, you know, the other character I felt wasn't useless was Eileen, who was Gia's caretaker, who actually found her on Skull Island as an orphan. So that's how, you know, Khan and Gia are able to bond in a way, because they're both alone. And, another way that they're bonding is the fact that Gia is communicating with Khan via sign language. And, I suppose the character Nathan, who's this, you know, quack who wrote a book on Hollow Earth. Yes, Hollow Earth does play a factor in this movie. It's probably one of the coolest parts of this movie, especially when they're in these crafts called heaves and they're making the journey into Hollow Earth. I tell you, that was probably the neatest scene I had seen in a while. Okay, I'm gonna, pull out this word too, psychedelic. The colors, as they're going through this membrane into Hollow Earth, you know, that was cool. You know, if the movie itself focused on Hollow Earth, that would have been cool. But of course, it doesn't revolve around Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth only plays an integral part of it. And, we have scenes in Hong Kong, we have scenes out in the ocean, and of course, we have scenes on Skull Island, or what we thought was Skull Island, which turns out to be an elaborate dome, holographic recreation of Skull Island. Like I said, mild spoilers. But all in all, I really enjoyed this movie. And, part of it is, the fact that it's a movie where you just shut off the brain. Just shut off the brain, sit back, and enjoy it, which is what I did. I actually enjoyed this more than I enjoyed the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I know it's two completely different movies, and two completely different directors, two completely different stories, two completely different genres. But I actually enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong more than I enjoyed Justice League. Not that I didn't enjoy Justice League, I did. But I enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong even more. And, you know, there were some moments that I felt, oh, come on. But, they weren't, a big blot on the story. They weren't like an ink blot size blemish on the story because, you know, for what little focus there actually is on the human characters, when it gets back to Kong and Godzilla, it's done very well. And again, getting back to the bond between the character Gia and Kong, that was done very well. So, you know, I know this isn't much of a review, and as I posted on my Twitter page, whatever this turns out to be, it is what it is. But if you're just looking for a movie where you can go, sit back, and it's only, what, 2 hours long? Sit back for 2 hours and enjoy it and not, be sitting there going, when is this movie gonna end? Come on. What? We're only 15 minutes in this movie and it's not over yet? No. I never did that once when I watched this movie, and I've watched it twice. And, you know, it's pretty much all I can say. I know I'm stuttering a lot. I know I'm struggling with my words. I do that. But I really enjoyed this movie. If you just want to shut your brain off, forget about whatever's going on, then this is definitely the movie to watch. You know, I'd give it, 5 stars, 10 stars, 20 stars, 25 stars, two thumbs up, you know, whatever. Whatever your movie scale is for, popcorn flicks, for movies for you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy, then, you know, this is it. This is the movie. You know, if you're thinking, should I go out to the movie theater, seeing how, in some states you are allowed to go back out to the movie theaters and watch this in the movie theater, whether it be a regular theater or IMAX, if you feel safe and, you still want to go out and see it in the movie, it probably would be a fun experience, watching it in an IMAX theater, especially the fight scenes between Kong and Godzilla. But, if you're like me and you're going, nah, I'd just rather watch it from the comfort of my own home. Not that I wouldn't mind, watching it on the big screen, because this movie is definitely made for a big screen. But for the convenience factor of just being able to sit back and relax in your own home, then, you know, I say do it. I would definitely recommend watching this if you just want to forget about things for a couple of hours. And, you know, if you want to see something else, fine. But if you are, invested in big action packed movies like this where you see big monsters going at it with a big robot going at it, Although I have to say, I wasn't too crazy about the design of Mechagodzilla, but that's just me. It just seemed okay. It just seemed too much like a certain franchise directed by a certain director that likes explosions. Not going to name any names, but it definitely seemed to have. Okay, I'm going to say it had some Transformer live action movie moments when it came to Mechagodzilla, and you know, as much as I like the first one, and maybe it was the nostalgia of hearing Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime once again, you know, th- th- those movies, they're trash. They're absolute trash. But as it is, if they see that a certain movie, you know, makes a certain amount of money and it's successful and a certain style is successful, then everyone else is going to emulate it. And you see it. You definitely see it with Mechagodzilla. I'm not going to say exactly how. I want you to, watch this movie for yourself and gather your own opinions because your opinions and my opinions are completely different. But as far as this movie is concerned, I highly recommend it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. You know, it's only 14, 15 bucks for HBO Max compared to, you know, buying a ticket at the movie theater, depending on where you live, and, going to the concessions, buying snacks. Not that I'm against that experience, but I don't know. Right now, I'd be a little wary about it. And, on a side note, I'd even be a little wary about it going to a baseball game tomorrow, with tomorrow being opening day, but, you know, that's just me. I I suppose all I'd have to do is what I and so many others have been doing is you know take the proper precautions and wear a mask and of course if I'm eating the popcorn, drinking soft drink or whatever my beverage of choice was, you know I could take the mask off then and do that. But if you just want to sit back and relax from the comfort of your own home and not have to worry about somebody, getting up in front of you or having to, move when someone's coming down the aisle, then, you know, watch it from home because that's what I did. And like I said, I've done it twice. I really enjoy this movie. I'm probably going to watch it for a third time over the weekend, but I highly recommend this movie for anyone who just wants to, shut their brain off for a couple of hours. So that's going to wrap up my review of Godzilla vs. Kong. I know it wasn't much of a review, it's just more of me highly recommending it. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a share, give it a like, and give it you know, a recommendation if you want. And if you like this or any of the content that you see on the Pacific414 YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the Pacific414 YouTube channel. I do movie reviews, I do episode reviews, I do gameplay videos. I'm not saying that they're all going to be very good when it comes to the gameplay videos, but you're going to get gameplay videos, and with the movie reviews and episode reviews, you're going to get honest reaction and reviews of the episodes. Sometimes they're more of a reaction, but you'll get that here on the channel. And if you're into baseball and a Chicago Cubs fan, starting tomorrow, with tomorrow being April 1st, now depending on when you see this video, April 1st could have come and gone, but starting tomorrow on April 1st, I'll be going into the third season of my Chicago Cubs reaction recap series called The Box Score, where I recap everything or some of the things that went on during the day's Chicago Cubs game. And of course, with tomorrow being the home opener between the Cubs and Pirates, it'll involve the Cubs and Pirates. And, you don't even have to be a Cub fan to enjoy the box score because I'll even talk about things that are going on around Major League Baseball tomorrow and in preceding episodes. or following episodes, I should say. So, if you like any of the content you see here on this channel, even my WWE related videos, please consider, giving them a thumbs up, a share, and subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you back here real soon. So until then, this is Mike for Pacific 4 and 4 episode reviews. I will see you all later and take care.